Hello, welcome to Leading the Way at Leonard's, and I'm your host, Dwayne Knepper. Today, we'll be talking about breast cancer awareness and inspiring action. Riding shotgun with me is Leonard's Express CEO, Ken Johnson.
Thanks, Dwayne. Great to be here again.
And also joining us for the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester, President and Executive Director Holly Anderson and Program Director Christina Thompson.
Hi, Dwayne. Thanks for having us.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely. Holly, when it comes to breast cancer, we know education saves lives. Can you tell us how the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester is educating the public about breast cancer?
Well, we just came through Breast Cancer Awareness Month. For us, every month, every day is Breast Cancer Awareness Day. I think the community, everyone, media and diagnostic imaging facilities have done a great job at creating awareness about screening and early detection initiatives. At the Breast Cancer Coalition, we're where to go if that screening and early detection catches something, even if it isn't early detected. We are here for anyone in the aftermath of a breast and a gynecologic cancer.
Go ahead, Christina. Sorry.
Yeah, so, Holly's got a great point that everybody here working at the coalition and involved in the coalition absolutely is aware far beyond the month of October. And it's a great opportunity for us during the month of October to talk about action that we can carry all throughout the year.
You know what, Christina, how does the Breast Cancer Coalition inspire action? And what does October mean?
Well, Holly, do you want to start off with your thoughts on that?
Sure do. You throw up a slide that talks about the 4 pillars at the coalition: advocacy, education, support, and research. And those are our 4 pillars. That's what we were built on. And we really spread our time fairly equally among those 4 pillars. The education and support is absolutely our hallmark. We're known for programs such as Breast Cancer 101 or Gynecologic Cancer 101. We also have a robust assortment of networking groups. Our mothers may have called them support groups, but part of our mission is empowerment. And so many people that we speak with say, I'm not the support group type, or I give support, I don't get support, that kind of thing. But they all know how to network. Women know how to network. Men who are diagnosed with breast cancer also understand networking. So that is absolutely a way of helping to empower each other, is sharing stories and sharing information and experiences. Our educational piece is evening seminars and symposium, things that we just came through October where we did the advanced breast cancer seminar. That was very well attended, and that targets people who not only have had breast cancer, but who have dealt with progression of the disease. Our research initiative, just this year, we awarded our, we've been awarding since 2003, small seed grants to regional researchers. So we serve 27 counties in upstate New York now, and our research territory, if you will, encompasses Cornell University, Roswell Park Cancer Institute, UB, University of Buffalo, University of Rochester, certainly, Upstate Medical in Syracuse, and we put out a call for proposals. It's a competitive grant process. We believe that funds that are raised in this region should really target or help those researchers that are in this part of the state. So we do favor that, and we just surpassed the $1 million mark in these small seed grants. These grants are $25,000 and $50,000, and they allow researchers to go crazy with a harebrained idea to get preliminary data with that preliminary data, then they can apply for the bigger funds, and they've been very successful in doing that. So it's hard to get funds to do this preliminary data, but this has been really, again, the hallmark of the research program. And then advocacy, we advocate at the state and the federal level. We have numerous initiatives. I will tell you, I'll give you the past ones. We advocated for medical marijuana in New York State. We had so many oncologists telling patients that if the anti-nausea meds didn't work, to try it. And so we ended up going to bat and advocating for it. And we're actually credited with getting medical marijuana legalized in New York State. And the rest of the advocacy, I'm going to turn to Christina, because she happens to be our advocacy chair as well.
That's right. Yeah, so our advocacy committee is a really dynamic group here at the coalition. It consists of survivors. It consists of family members and friends that were also touched by the disease when their loved one went through it, and they want to work on that action piece that we're talking about today. So our committee consists of around 35 members. We are extremely active. There's a lot going on in advocacy, and right now on the New York State level, we're working on a safe cosmetics legislation. And basically what we're asking, it's a bill that's already in, it's been in session, and we are working to kind of strategize right now before the next session begins. And basically what we are looking for and what this legislation talks about is listing all of the ingredients in these products so that as informed consumers, we can decide if that's something we feel comfortable using. We're not asking them to remove them now. That is something we want to happen over a 3-year period. But right now, it's just getting that right on there. There's this loophole for fragrances and different things like that, which is considered like an industry secret. And unfortunately, what happens with that is it can be a loophole where things are put in there that we don't want to use. And it can also be something where a combination effect of different products can create something toxic that we don't want to be slathering on our bodies. But at this point, we don't know that it's even in there. So we are consistently talking to our assembly members and our senators. This is a New York State piece of legislation that we can definitely set the precedents moving forward for other states. We're really excited. We're working very hard on that.
I want to just add too that people wonder, what does that have to do with breast cancer? But breast cancer, we don't know what causes it. We have so many women who have done everything right. They eat properly, they exercise, they have no family history. Why did they get it? Well, 80% of breast cancers are dependent on estrogen, and we all produce estrogen. That's a known fact, but we're exposed to so many estrogen mimicking compounds out there that we don't even think about as increasing our risk. Things like Christina described, but also things we use every day, things that are in our carpeting, things that are in paint, things that are in the air, the water quality. There's just so many exposures that are of concern to us. So that's the why we go after things like this. I also have to put a plug in for the period product legislation. You know, for the gynecologic cancer survivors that have had no history at all, they ask the same questions, and we were successful in getting period product legislation passed where manufacturers have to label what's in those products, which you would not believe what's in those products. Yet we, not only do they come in contact with our skin, but they come in contact with very sensitive areas of our body, and we worry about those as well.
Wow. Yeah, you know, the Breast Cancer Coalition does a great job of reminding people that breast cancer awareness, it doesn't just end when October ends. Ken, how does Leonard's Express support breast cancer awareness throughout the year?
Well, first off, we're a family-owned business, and we consider all our employees part of our larger family. And this disease is, has impacted my family, but also the families of others here, Leonard. So, we find it, it's part of our who we are, to make sure that the people that work here and their family and our extended family, get the proper care, and making them aware of the resources available and the testing that they should have done and when they should have it done, as part of our health care initiatives, our wellness programs. We're very active, in promoting our wellness. We've got a bunch of different things going on there, and this being one of them. And we try to have some fun with it. It's obviously not a fun situation if you're suffering from this, but trying to have some fun with our wellness programs, makes people want to get involved and participate and and read the things that we're putting out there. So sharing information is just part of what we do. And additionally, we support the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester as a sponsor.
Yeah. Ken, I understand Leonard's Express, our trucks have driven nearly 3 million miles to increase breast cancer awareness. How does this program work?
Well, Dwayne, first off, when my sister Kimberly was first diagnosed with breast cancer, Kevin, Kyle, and I, we obviously were concerned for her, but Kevin, I think, came up with the idea of, let's wrap a truck, let's put some trucks out there, making people aware, of, the screenings and the resources. But we also wanted to support someone that was supporting my sister. And so we asked her, and, she suggested the Breast Cancer Coalition. So, we went ahead and wrapped the trucks, and each one of the trucks, every mile they drive, we donate a penny per mile to the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester. It's a project that kicked off our wrap truck projects, and now we have several in supporting other missions as well. And it's it's been something I'm very proud of as a company that we're doing. But it's the drivers have to be prepared. They're going to get approached in rest areas or at customers' facilities, and we try to choose drivers or ask for drivers to drive these trucks that maybe have a story behind it, whether it was a family member or a relative or a friend, that they seen go through this, and that they want to do their part to help out. And we've been very successful with that. One of the things I don't think anybody other than maybe Dwayne knows, because we talked about it earlier, is as we speak, our third generation of trucks is being wrapped.
Oh, wow.
So we're excited about that.
I want to just say thank you to you, Ken. One of the most exciting things about your initiative with the truck wrapping and the pink ribbons is that we hear from people on the road when they pass you. When they pass one of the trucks, they look for the Leonard's Express, make sure, you can slap a pink ribbon on anything, but you really have done a spectacular job at creating awareness just because of the trucks. And they've been seen in some, far and wide places. I've seen them myself out there. Coming up from Washington, D.C., passing through Pennsylvania, I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought you were, just kind of hanging out in New York.
No, we are national. One of the pictures on the screen was from an event when we've done this several times with our different customers, where they'll have their own breast cancer awareness event, and they'll ask us to participate in it because they know of the trucks. The picture on the screen was with a customer in Arizona. We have another one, another event we did, which was actually a watermelon growing co-op in Florida, where the event was held in the middle of a watermelon patch. And Kevin participated in that with the truck and the driver. Right now, one of the trucks is based out of our Caldwell, Idaho facility. So, they're covering pretty much the entire country. So a lot of visibility there. And you're right, there's a lot of companies that have made a truck pink or wrapped it with a ribbon, but we like to think that with the way we're doing it, helps just a little bit more in doing our part to support the cause.
Yeah, those trucks are beautiful out there. They command attention. It's the perfect touch to get that attention and raise that awareness. Obviously. Can you mention that we were talking about your sister? I think our producer had a video. If you wanted to share that,
right?
If you work for Leonard's, we really work on a family atmosphere for everyone. The company was started by my mother-in-law and father-in-law, along with my wife Kimberly and a few other family members.
We started Leonard's in 2001, and we've been moving freight ever since.
Some of the pros was working with family. As you know, someone's always got your back, and you know that they'll always be there for you.
Several years ago, my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer.
My wife was 49 years old. Kimberly, who was the chief financial officer of the company at that time. When we got the diagnosis, it was surreal. You know, we have two daughters. We were scared, and it took a while to kind of just absorb all of what was really happening.
The word cancer could scare the life out of anybody, and it's impactful when you hear that word. She immediately got our support. I mean, that's I think one of the unique things about working with your family every day is that you're very close, and we were there to support her.
Kimberly was treated at the Pluta Cancer Center, and when you're done with your treatment, they have a bell, and you ring the bell. And being there for Kimberly ringing the bell, Kim means the world to me. She's always been there for me. Intrinsically, we are connected. She is my rock. When she was done with her chemo and radiation, it kind of woke us up and realized that life really is short, and to seize the moment.
My brother Kevin had the idea of wanting to logo up a couple of trucks in her honor.
This truck, along with 3 other trucks that have the pink ribbon decal, we donate money to a local organization called the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester.
I want people in the community and all over the country to look at this truck and others like it and see our name on the side of it and know that we care. And it's not just about moving freight. It's about the people inside. It's about the people back home that are waiting for those people that are driving the trucks, and it's about the people that work here every day for us.
So awesome. You know, Holly, the Breast Cancer Coalition takes great pride in the theme, lives touched, lives celebrated.
I can tell you a little bit about that. It started with a photograph project called Lives Touched, Lives Changed. And yep, you're showing some of the pictures, including a picture of Kim. I'll never forget the day I met her, and I'm proud to say that our relationship has continued. But every year a photographer takes 6 photographs from a variety of different types of breast cancer and gynecologic cancer now, and these are on display at the coalition. These are women and men. You'll see a couple of men in there too, who are living with breast cancer. And then each fall in October, we celebrate all lives that have been touched by breast cancer with something we call Lives Touched, Lives Celebrated, and it's an annual effort to help people celebrate the journey they've been on, celebrate the family member that they love, friend, whatever, without having to pay. So many of the opportunities to really reflect on what you've been through require you to buy a t-shirt or get pledges or do all kinds of other things. This was something that we wanted to do where you could just come together, no expectations, gather, be inspired by each other's stories. We always invite someone to talk about hope, healing, and celebration. A spiritual leader from the community that is non-denominational, and then we have poetry and music and reflections that are shared throughout the evening, and you can look forward to that every October. It's really one of the bigger things we do that month.
You know, I understand the 2022 Pink Ribbon Walk and Run was a huge success. Why do you think participation was so great?
Such a Christina.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that this was a great turnout this year for several reasons. We have an amazing special events director here named Carly, who polled all of the people who participate, and it was decided to change from a Sunday. It was traditionally on Mother's Day every year to a Saturday this year. So we all gathered I think the fact that it's on Mother's Day weekend, it's just a huge nod to the mothers, the sisters, the females in our lives, as well as the men, of course. But just a way to be together, to do this great event. It's a really empowering experience, and I absolutely loved it this year. My family, all of my family was there too.
Great.
Just to add also that because of COVID, for 2 years, we were kind of virtual. It absolutely did not hold it like we have done in the past many years. But we decided to kick it off on Friday night at 5 o'clock. And anybody anywhere could participate. We had people in Alaska and California, Thailand, England, friends and family members of people who were familiar with the Breast Cancer Coalition's work, who were participating far and wide. And it ended at midnight on Sunday. So all we asked is that people get out there, do your 5K run or do your 3.2 mile walk sometime between that time period. Hashtag us and share on social media, and we'll put a video together at the end and just make sure everybody knows how far and wide it went.
Yeah, Ken, you want to comment on Leonard's Express participation in that pink ribbon walk and run?
Sure. First off, it coincides, with one of our missions of movement, getting people out and getting them moving. And of course, it supports this wonderful cause we're talking about here this afternoon. So, it's great to be a part of it. And, as a former 5K runner, I saw a lot of the virtual runs over the last couple of years. So, getting back together in person is always beneficial. I think it's, bringing people back together. But, virtual runs, it allowed so many more people to participate from around the world, as Holly mentioned. And, it's just, a great way to, support a cause, to raise some funding, and just bring people together, as a support mechanism for this cause.
Yeah, absolutely. So Holly, where can folks learn more about the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester?
Well, you can definitely go to our website, breastcancercoalition.org. Some of you know us as BCCR.org. That works too. Or you can call us 585-473-8177. But we also are very active on social media. Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester is on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. And I want to just say also, you don't need a diagnosis of breast or gynecologic cancer to reach out to us. We've had numerous people reach out on behalf of someone that they work with, someone that they know from churches or out in the community in general. They will reach out on behalf of somebody diagnosed with this cancer as well and help make the connection. I think that's the most important thing, is definitely reach out. There's a place on our website that you can fill out a form where we'll reach back out to you. So if you're troubled at 1 a.m, go ahead and fill out that form and we'll get back to you first thing in the morning. But a lot of ways to get in touch.
Absolutely.
It's probably tough to find anybody that hasn't been touched by this, in some way, whether it's family or friend or, classmate, it's, or parent, it's everywhere. So it's very, very important that, you're there and the resources that you provide, are available.
Kim and I shared a very similar diagnosis. We both had a little bit more work to do with treatment. And I know Christina herself has dealt with her own flavor, a difficult flavor of breast cancer. You'll definitely find a caring voice on the other end of the phone with firsthand experience of what it's like to be dealt this hand. And we're so happy that Leonard's Express has been reached out to us. We love Kim. We love Leonard's Express. We're so grateful for all you've done.
Thank you. It's certainly our pleasure, and we appreciate the the care that and the assistance and support that our sister got from you folks, and and that's just a small part that we do to, try to give back some.
Absolutely. No, Holly and Christina, for our listeners, if there's maybe something we didn't cover or ask, is there anything you want to add to this?
I would say that a lot of people are hesitant to reach out. They're feeling very fragile. They're not sure what to expect. I think make the call, get connected with us. This is not about sitting around in a circle with a Kleenex box and a facilitator asking you how you feel. It's really, there's so much going on here, whether you're interested in public policy or research. We have scientists, we have physicians that are in the aftermath of a cancer diagnosis who participate. They come to gentle yoga and then they walk into the research committee meeting just to listen in and see what's going on. There's so much going on, not just support, but we're very focused on putting people on a path back to wellness, and also supporting people who have recurred, and that is probably one of our most robust programs, because people are definitely going to hang out together when they're going through that. How about you, Christina? What did we miss?
Well, there is another piece of legislation that I just want to bring up really quickly, because you did point out the advocacy committee. And that is our Metastatic Breast Cancer Access to Care Act. This is a national bill that we are working really hard on, because as Holly just mentioned, we do have a lot of folks that we care so much about here with metastatic disease. And what this bill would do, it would waive a 6-month wait period for Social Security disability income, and then a 24-month wait period for Medicare to kick in for someone who has this diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer under the age of 65. It's really, really important. We are looking to be voting soon, and we talk to our legislators all the time about how important this is to us. Just another great action item to register to vote and to get out and vote, and make sure that this is on something that you're talking to your legislators about as well.
Yes.
Great.
Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. Your efforts to promote breast cancer awareness and inspire action are saving lives, and for that, we are so grateful.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun.
Definitely.
Certainly. Yeah, great to see
We have a
you.
lot of fun doing this.
Yeah, good to see you, Ken.
Yeah.
You too.
And Dwayne.
Well, anyways, that's a wrap for this edition of Leading the Way at Leonard's. If you have any questions or feedback, we'd love to hear from you at leadingtheway@leonardsexpress.com. That's leading the way, all one word, at leonardsexpress.com. And please don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the podcast. And again, I'm your host, Dwayne Knepper. Until next time, keep on trucking.
We're running 18